Eat this protein every day after 60 to fight muscle loss. 68. John used to dread this simple act of standing up from his favorite armchair. It wasn't just a groan and a heave anymore. It was a moment of genuine fear. His legs felt shaky, his balance seemed like a distant memory, and the cold dread of a fall was a constant, unwelcome guest in his own home. He'd watch his grandchildren play on the floor and feel a pang of sadness, knowing he couldn't just get down there with them, couldn't lift them up the way he used to. He was doing what he thought was right. He ate salads, grabbed the healthy options at the grocery store, and tried to stay active with gentle walks. But week by week, he felt himself getting weaker, more frail. The vibrant, capable man he'd always been was fading, replaced by a version of himself who couldn't even trust his own body. What John didn't know was that a silent thief was at work, a condition that steals strength from millions of seniors. This thief has a name, Sarcopenia, and the key to stopping it wasn't in his medicine cabinet, but hiding in plain sight in his refrigerator. He was eating protein, sure, but he was focusing on the wrong kind and ignoring the one type that could truly give him his life back. The hidden enemy. Understanding sarcopenia. What is this invisible force that was turning John's world upside down? Sarcopenia is the medical term for the age-related loss of muscle and strength. And it's not just about losing the ability to lift heavy things. It's about losing the very fabric of your independence. Think of your muscles as your body's engine. As you age, that engine naturally starts to lose some horsepower. But for many, that process goes into overdrive. This process starts earlier than you might think, often beginning in our 40s and 50s. The messengers that carry signals from our brain to our muscles, called motor neurons, start to die off. This communication breakdown means muscle fibers don't get the go, so they shrink and weaken. Hormonal changes play a huge role, too, like declining testosterone in men and the changes of menopause in women. It's a slow, creeping process. After the age of 30, adults can lose roughly 3 to 8% of their muscle mass each decade, and that rate speeds up after 60. This isn't just a cosmetic issue. This is what leads to increased frailty, devastating falls, and fractures that can result in hospitalization and a loss of independence. It makes everyday tasks feel like climbing a mountain. Getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, or just keeping your balance can become a monumental effort. You might feel a loss of stamina and a constant fatigue that no amount of rest seems to fix. It can steal your confidence and fill your days with worry. And here's the most frustrating part for people like John. Many think they're eating healthy, but they're unknowingly feeding the problem. They choose foods they believe are good for them, not realizing these very foods might be accelerating their decline. The grocery store aisles are filled with so-called healthy or high-protein options that are doing more harm than good for a body over 60. The protein poisons, foods that are stealing. Your strength before we can rebuild, we first have to stop the demolition. For countless seniors, a huge dietary mistake isn't a lack of protein, but getting it from the wrong source. Certain foods, often marketed as convenient or even healthy, are actively working against your goal of building and maintaining muscle. They are the protein poisons that can fuel inflammation, strain your system, and sabotage your strength. The number one culprit? Processed meats. We're talking about any meat that has been preserved by salting, curing, smoking, or adding chemical preservatives, things like deli meats, bacon, sausages, and hot dogs. Cardiologists have been sounding the alarm on these for years, especially for older adults due to high sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives like nitrates. Let's get specific. Think about deli meats, the sliced ham and turkey that are the backbone of so many quick lunches. They are loaded with sodium, which is bad news for blood pressure, especially in older adults. They're also often high in saturated fats that can raise bad cholesterol. Then there are the nitrates, chemical preservatives that can form harmful compounds in your body, promoting inflammation and damaging blood vessels. Next up are bacon and sausage. The World Health Organization's Cancer Research Agency, the IARC, processed meat as a group 1 carcinogen. This means there is strong scientific evidence that it is a cause of colorectal cancer. Now, that does not mean that a slice of bacon is as dangerous as smoking, but it does put it in the same category of having proven risk. Consuming just a 50-gram portion of processed meat daily, that's about 2 slices of bacon, has been shown to increase the risk of colorectal cancer by about 18%. Finally, we have to talk about foods that pose a more immediate threat: raw or undercooked meats and eggs. As we age, our immune systems often aren't as robust. This makes seniors far more susceptible to foodborne illnesses. Bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli, which might give a younger person a few days of discomfort, can lead to severe food poisoning or sepsis in an older adult. That's why foods like homemade mayonnaise, sunny-side-up eggs with runny yolks, or rare steaks carry a much higher risk. One bad bout of food poisoning can set you back for months. These foods are the enemies of strength after 60. They create a state of chronic inflammation and tax your system, while offering very little of the high-quality building material your muscles are crying out for. If any of this is sounding familiar, the frustration, the weakness, the confusion about what to eat, and do me a favor and hit that like button below. It's a simple click, but it tells us this information is making a difference, and it helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. And if you're ready to learn the solution, you'll want to stick around the muscle building miracle, the one type of protein you need. Okay, now that we've cleared the dietary minefield, it's time to talk about the hero of our story. The single most important type of protein you should be eating every single day after 60 to fight muscle loss. And the best part, it's not some expensive exotic superfood. It's a category of protein that's accessible, affordable, and incredibly effective, high quality, easily digestible animal protein. Specifically, we are talking about 3 powerhouse sources: lean poultry like chicken and turkey, fish and seafood, and the humble, incredible egg. This is the one type of protein because these sources all share 3 critical traits that make them perfect for rebuilding an aging body. First, they're complete proteins. This means they contain all 9 of the essential amino acids our bodies can't make on their own. These amino acids are literally the building blocks of muscle. You can't build a strong brick house without all the right bricks. And you can't build strong muscle without all the essential amino acids. Second, they are rich in a powerhouse amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the master switch for muscle growth. It's the spark plug that ignites the engine of muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body repairs and builds muscle. After 60, our bodies become a bit resistant to the signals to build muscle, a state called anabolic resistance. This means we need a stronger signal to get the job done, and leucine provides that powerful signal. Third, these proteins are highly bioavailable and easy to digest. This is a crucial point for seniors. Research shows that older adults can absorb protein from sources like fish very efficiently, and eggs are famous for being an easily digestible source of top-notch protein. This means your body can break them down and put that protein to work where it's needed most. Your muscles doubt so. When we say, eat this protein, we're talking about making a conscious choice to shift away from those in inventory, low-quality proteins, and focus your diet on these muscle-building champions. Skinless chicken and turkey are lean and packed with protein. Fatty fish like salmon not only provide that protein, but also deliver anti-inflammatory omega-3 south. And the egg might just be the most perfect protein source of all. Affordable, versatile, and full of nutrients for muscle function like vitamin D and choline. This is the dietary switch that can change everything. It's about choosing the proteins designed to build, not to inflame it, and giving your body the premium fuel it needs to restart its engine, the science of strength. How this protein rebuilds your body. So how exactly does switching to lean poultry, fish, and eggs turn back the tide on muscle loss? The magic is in the science of how our bodies use protein, especially as we get older. It all comes down to a process called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. Imagine your muscles are always in a state of flux, being broken down from daily activity and then being rebuilt. MPS is the rebuilding part of that equation. To maintain or gain muscle, your rate of rebuilding has to be greater than your rate down. As we get older, our bodies get less efficient at triggering this rebuilding process. This is that anabolic resistance we talked about. It's like the ignition switch for our muscle building engine gets a little rusty. We need a stronger turn of the key to get it started. This is where high quality leucine-rich protein comes in. Leucine acts as that powerful turn of the key. When you eat a meal with chicken, fish, or eggs, the leucine sends a loud and clear signal to your muscle cells. Start building. Studies have shown that for older adults, combining strength training with eating whole eggs can lead to better improvements in muscle strength. The high-quality protein in eggs appears to be especially effective at helping the body build and preserve muscle. Now, how much do you need? Many experts now agree that the old protein recommendations are too low for older adults. To combat sarcopenia, many expert groups now recommend a higher intake, around 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for healthy older adults. For a 165-pound or 75 kilograms person, that's about 75 to 90 grams of protein daily. But it's not just about the total. It's also about when you eat it. Spreading your protein intake evenly across your meals is key. A little protein at breakfast and lunch, followed by a huge steak for dinner, is less effective. The goal is to hit that leucine trigger at each meal, aiming for around 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner gives your body a steady stream of building blocks and continuous signals to grow muscle. And let's not forget the supporting cast. Eggs are a natural source of vitamin D, a deficiency of which is linked to reduced muscle strength. Fish provides anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats that create a better environment for muscle growth. You're not just eating protein, you're consuming a team of nutrients working together to send powerful muscle-building signals and give you the raw materials to move with strength and confidence. The daily strength plan, putting it all on your plate, understanding the science is one thing, but putting it on your plate is what actually builds a stronger body. The great thing is this can be simple. You don't need to be a gourmet chef. It's all about making smart, consistent choices. Let's map out a sample day to hit that protein goal of roughly 25 to 35 grams per meal. Let's start with breakfast, the meal that breaks your overnight fast and kickstarts your muscle building for the day. This is where the egg shines. 2 or 3 scrambled or poached eggs give you a fantastic start with 12 to 18 grams of the highest quality protein. To get to our target, you could pair them with a side of Greek yogurt or even a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter. Starting your day like this sends that first crucial signal to your muscles. It's time to rebuild. For lunch, let's dodge the deli meat trap. Instead of a processed ham sandwich, how about a grilled chicken salad? A single palm-sized portion of skinless chicken breast is about 3 ounces and provides around 25 grams of lean protein. Another fantastic choice is a tuna salad sandwich. Canned light tuna is inexpensive and a 3-ounce serving has about 22 grams of protein. Plus, research shows older adults absorb fish protein extremely well. For a healthier version, try using Greek yogurt instead of mayo on whole grain bread. Now for dinner. This is your last chance to give your muscles the fuel they need to repair while you sleep. A 3-ounce serving of baked salmon not only delivers around 22 grams of protein, but also those vital anti-inflammatory omega-3 South. Serve it with steamed broccoli and a small sweet potato. Other great choices are a lean pork loin or a ground turkey patty. These complete proteins ensure your body has everything it needs for overnight recovery. What about snacks? If you get hungry between meals, reach for something rich in protein. A handful of nuts, a hard-boiled egg, or a cup of cottage cheese are all great choices to help you hit your daily goal without empty calories. And don't forget plant-based options. While animal proteins are generally more complete and denser in leucine, high-quality plant proteins are still incredibly valuable. Foods like lentils, beans, chickpeas, and tofu are excellent sources of protein and fiber. A cup of cooked lentils has about 18 grams of protein. Combining plant proteins like beans and rice can help you get a more complete amino acid profile. They're great to rotate into your diet for variety. The key is consistency. By spreading your protein out and choosing these high-quality sources, you create an environment in your body that is primed for muscle growth. Day in and day out, John's new beginning, the transformation. Let's go back to John. After learning about sarcopenia and the protein traps in his diet, he felt a spark of hope. He cleared his fridge of the sliced deli turkey and the bacon. He went to the store with a new mission and came back with cartons of eggs, skinless chicken breasts, and fillets of salmon. He started small. The first morning, he made 2 scrambled eggs. For lunch, he had a salad topped with grilled chicken. For dinner, a small piece of baked fish. He just followed this simple plan. Day after day, after the first week, he noticed he wasn't as sluggish in the afternoons. By the end of the second week, something shifted. As he went to stand up from his armchair, he realized the fear was gone. His legs felt more solid under him. It wasn't a Herculean effort anymore. It was just standing up. A month later, his grandkids were over. His 4-year-old granddaughter ran to him, arms outstretched, shouting, "Up, Grandpa, up." And without a second thought, without the usual mental calculation of risk, he bent his knees, wrapped his arms around her, and lifted her into the air. The feeling of her small weight in his arms, the sound of her laughter, it felt like a massive victory. He hadn't done that in over a year. His walks got longer. He started tackling a small hill in his neighborhood. 6 months later, John was a different man. He wasn't the ghost who was afraid of falling. He was Grandpa who gave the best piggyback rides. He was the neighbor who could help carry in a heavy box. He hadn't just stopped the decline, he had started to reverse it. He reclaimed his strength, his confidence, and his independence, not with a pill, but with the simple, powerful decision to eat the right protein every single day. John's story isn't a one-off. It's a story that can be your reality. The fight against age-related muscle loss is not a lost cause. It's a battle you can win, and your greatest weapon is on your plate. So what's the game plan? First, recognize and remove the enemy. Processed meats like deli slices, bacon, and sausages that are loaded with sodium and preservatives. Second, embrace the hero proteins. Make high-quality, easily digestible animal proteins the foundation of your diet. That means lean poultry, fish, and nutrient-dense eggs. And third, be strategic. Aim for that 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day, and spread it out evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner to keep your muscle-building engine running all day long. It's never too late to get stronger. It's never too late to reclaim your energy and your independence. The feeling of strength and stability in your own body is a freedom you deserve at every stage of life. The choice is yours, and it starts with your very next meal. If this video has empowered you to take back control of your health, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. We share science-backed advice every week to help you stay strong and active for years to come. And now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us which of these protein sources you're going to add to your meals this week. Sharing your journey can inspire someone else to start theirs. Thanks for watching, and here's to building a stronger you.